Before I start this mental health update, I just want to show you the view once again where I live. It's very windy outside currently, but there's not a whole lot of wind coming in here because this is the view I got. And that noise you hear, that's the laundry exhaust going. So, oh my god, it smells horrible. But yep, this is the view I get. So you can imagine just how bad it is here. It's all closed in. There's no view at all. And no fresh air. Even on a windy, very windy, we're barely getting a breeze in here. This is the view I get. It's so depressing. I can't take it anymore, man. Just need things to focus. This is the view. It's closed in on both ends. This isn't very wide, and that laundry exhaust. You see those vents down there? That's the laundry exhaust. So they put that laundry on. It goes right into the alley. It just gets stuck there. I can't take living here anymore. I just can't deal with it anymore. And one more thing. That apartment across the way has been vacant for like 5 months now. They can't rent it. Who would want to live in here? Hello and welcome to the mental health update for March 2025. We're all the way in 2025, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, I'm just dealing with where I'm living. It's just really I've reached my breaking point. I can't take it anymore. I'm having a lot of trouble sleeping. Somebody commented, "Why are you making these posts in the middle of the night?" And it's because I can't sleep. Because it gets so hot in here, you can't get air in here. I have turned off all I only have one radiator going, but now I only had the one in the kitchen going. Now they're all off because it just gets too hot in here, and even with the windows open, you just can't get air because you saw the way it is here. Just imagine, I never, when I moved here back in October 2017, I never realized that this would get to me so much. I was so desperate to get out of Westbury and escape the gangs, and that I didn't think I saw it was open at the top, and I'm like, well, it shouldn't be a big deal, but it is. It's just so hot in here, and the fact you cannot breathe, you can't get fresh air a lot. You saw that they had the laundry thing going. Yeah, because the building across from me, which is a different landlord, they have a laundry room in their basement. We're not allowed to use it. So I was thinking, I'm not even allowed to use the laundry room because it's a different landlord. So I got to smell the laundry fumes. And you saw how I mean, I don't know why they had the vents into the alley instead of outside. I don't get it. It's really like a mini courtyard, and it's not very wide. It's only about maybe 10 feet wide, maybe. So it's really, you can see how air would get trapped in there. So I had a lot of trouble sleeping. A lot of the times I'm just hot. My body can't cool down so I can sleep. Um, I've tried sometimes putting fans on and opening the windows. And the problem with that is I've done that. And then sometimes they'll do laundry in the middle of the night. And then I'll wake up choking on laundry fumes. And, there's nothing like waking up and getting the smell of soap going into your nostrils. It's horrible. Um, so it's just I'm at my limit here. So I'm trying to sleep, and last night I was trying to sleep, and even though I did a lot of walking today, I did a lot. Usually when I do a lot of walking or a lot of hiking, I would fall asleep pretty quickly, but I had a lot of trouble falling asleep again. And the air conditioner, that's in the other room. I do have a little air conditioner here that I have to hook up, and usually I have to use both in the summer. But I don't use it in the winter because I want to be able to open this window. Um, so I put the air, but I have to get the air in here. It's like I need to be like 65, between 65 and 67 degrees is usually what I need in order to get to sleep. And oftentimes it's over 70, and that's just too warm for me. And I can't fall asleep when it's that warm. So it's a real problem. And then you have the noise that I had to deal with last night. When I because the radiators are turned off, I notice when I turn them off, when the heat comes on, these are steam radiators. It creates like a banging noise, so that also keeps me up as well. And then I had the planes flying overhead too. On top of it, they fly very low over us. I know we're on the JFK approach path, but I don't understand why they got to fly so low. I notice when the planes come into Newark, they come in at a much higher. I don't know what that is, but I think it's again, it's all part of the larger plan to make the middle of the island more undesirable, and that's what's going on. There's just nobody wants to deal with the plane noise, so they just make it more undesirable, and so people don't want to live here. That's really what it is. That's my theory behind it. Obviously, yes, sometimes they have to use. I understand due to the winds and stuff, but I understand why they have to fly so low. That's the part I don't understand. Because again, the approach to Newark, they don't fly nearly that low. But JFK, they always usually 3,000 feet, 2,000, 3,000 feet over Mineola, which is pretty low. So, and the airport is not like right next to us, but it is the approach pad. I get it. I understand. It's just all of this together just makes me reach my breaking point. And when I can't sleep at night, this is a big problem. And I am done with this. I'm done with. And then sometimes you'll have somebody who will smoke weed, and you wake up in the middle of the night with the window smelling weed. I mean, I'm can't take this anymore. I'm done. I've decided that unless I find another apartment on Long Island soon, then I'm going to be looking at going to New Jersey. I'm done. This is, of course, all the snobs are probably saying, "Bravo." All the people who hate me are saying, "Bravo, we priced you out. Now get out." Honestly, it just feels like I don't belong here anymore. I mean, it's like everything on Long Island revolves around the quote unquote certain demographic people, the preppy white finance professionals. You got to be around them if you want to have any positivity, any, if you want to count for anything. But I'm not one of them. And that wasn't the place I grew up on. When I grew up on Long Island, everybody had a good quality of life. Middle class was a thriving. The middle class areas were thriving, and now the middle class areas, mainly in the middle of the island, are just forgotten. And you even look at Reddit and some of the comments on there, pretty much echo all the things I'm saying. It's all about either the South Shore or the North Shore, but the middle, nobody wants to be in the middle. It's not desirable. Um, and then you have the socioeconomic politics that go on here, where there have also been comments about that, where people are saying, it's once an area becomes less than a certain amount white, this is the way it is here on Long Island, it gets redlined, it gets neglected, it gets forgotten, and I'm not the only one noticing this. So this is what happens. So this is why the middle of the island towns are being treated the way they are, because, well, they're not as white as they used to be. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's so racist. But this is what goes on Long Island, because you have a arrogant Wall Street culture that's taken over everything. Um, and for me, I'm just at my breaking point with this. I can't. I gotta look at another summer in this place. It's gonna be so hot in here. Um, I'm gonna die in here. You can't. Even with both air conditioners going constantly, it's still gonna be hot. I mean, this apartment, this setup shouldn't even be legal. To have not have any windows facing any outside of the building is just it to me. It's a plane noise. I think it was plane. They're still pounding us with planes. We have a northwest wind. I don't understand why, but I just feel like I'm closed in here. I feel like I can't take it anymore. I just want to live somewhere I can open my window, see trees, get a breeze. And it seems like on Long Island, well, sorry, that's reserved for a certain demographic now. Um, my agency will just say, well, there's nothing else available. There's nothing else available. Well, if indeed there is nothing else available, then I guess I'm going to have to leave Long Island because I'm done with this life. Um, I know it's going to be hard, but I'd rather live in Tom's River and be able to have the open the window, get air. It's going to be warmer there. I know that. At least it cools off at night, though. At night it will be cooler there versus here for sure. But I just don't belong here anymore, man. Um, you know, and I just feel like I'm too far away from nature here. Uh, I don't want to live in the city. All right, I never lived in the city my whole life. I don't want to live in the city, and of course that's a problem because of course some of the things services that you get in a city type environment are services I need like public transportation and all that stuff. But and there are places you can live on Long Island where you have good public transportation and a you can get air places, but all those places are desirable places, and because they're desirable places, well, sorry, we're not going to put supportive housing in those areas. We're not going to rent to supportive housing, or we're going to make the rents too high for supportive housing, and sorry, I can't live there. It's that simple. And of course, because I speak up about all this stuff, and of course, I lately, of course, I've been. Somebody actually put a comment on Reddit. And I don't know what. It's like, oh, about me, about my channel, and like, oh, it used to be a good channel. Now he's getting into all these controversial subjects. I've always spoken about these kind of things for a very long time, um, because it's affecting me, and because nobody else speaks up about them. Um, I know that my days are numbered here on Long Island. I'm done. I'm done dealing with the harassment. I'm not going to get into detail, but I'm continuing to get harassed uh, just for speaking up, just for speaking up for people with disabilities. But this is Long Island. There's a lot of hate here. It's funny. You put on the news and you hear. I mean, News 12's been covering it. There's been a lot of racism going on Long Island lately. You don't hear about this happening in New Jersey. Long Island is just because Long Island is basically the base of Donald Trump. All across the country, people are starting to turn on Donald Trump, but not on Long Island. Not here. I'm not seeing it here. Because those people that support Donald Trump, those Wall Street, arrogant, Wolf of Wall Street types, they're all over Long Island and they love him because he's gonna make them rich at the expense of people like me, cutting our services. Um, they're like, too bad. They don't care. They don't understand what it's like to have mental illness. They don't understand what it's like to have. That's the other thing. I have restless leg syndrome. This is horrible. You're trying to sleep. I try to fall asleep, and all of a sudden I get this irresistible urge to move my legs. It's horrible, man. I can't sleep because I don't sleep right. I don't function right throughout the day. There have been times where I had so much trouble sleeping that I missed out on a couple of opportunities to go hiking because by the time I finally fell asleep, I couldn't get myself back up to go out hiking again. So this is affecting my day-to-day life. Living here has been detrimental to my health. My agency knows about all this. There's like, well, there's nothing we can do. I've gone to everywhere, almost everywhere. I've tried everywhere. I've tried lawyers. I've tried my local elected officials. I've tried the Office of Mental Health. I've gotten nowhere. And it's time to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I can't live like this anymore. And if I was living somewhere else in Mineola and I didn't have this whole thing with the alley view and all this stuff, I wouldn't want to move. All right, yeah, there are things in Mineola, but that's not enough to make me want to move at all. It's because of this whole thing. I need air. I need to open my window and get air, fresh air. You cannot get fresh air here. That's why the apartment across the way has been vacant for so long. You can't get fresh air in this place. And I got to face another summer where I'm going to be dying in here. Even with two air conditioners in this little apartment. I got two air conditioners in this little apartment, and it still gets too hot in here. I've always had trouble with heat my whole life, so this is not nothing new. Um, it's too damn hot in here. Um, I just need to live somewhere I can get fresh air. The annoying thing is that apartment I had in Westbury was actually a very nice apartment in a house. It was very nice. It's just the neighborhood was so bad. But the apartment was nice. I had plenty of windows. I could get plenty of air. I didn't have any issues with that. Here I'm stifling. I don't know how this is freaking legal. just don't know how. I mean, I don't know why they can't like have like a skylight that I could open or something. All the windows just face this little alley. It's horrible. And you look out the window and you see a brick wall. All your windows. How would you like to live like that? Do any of you live like that? I don't think so. I never thought it would be such a problem for me when I moved here, but it's gotten to the point where I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore, no more. I can't take it anymore. I feel like I'm closed in here. The wall's just closing in on me. I can't, I've reached my breaking point. I can't take it anymore. This place almost feels like a prison. Thank God I mean, it's not a prison because I could leave, but it feels like a prison sometimes. The mental and physical of dealing with the brick wall situation, just, my agency just is like, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could do. They don't even try hard enough. I guess they're in on the plan too, right? That's what it all boils down to, the plan. To force me out. Do you think I want to leave Long Island? There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to miss about Long Island. So many things. I mean, the sea breeze, the Long Island Railroad, they have good, decent transportation here. Ocean County doesn't have a train. The Ocean County doesn't have the variety of supermarkets and food that we have here on Long Island. They don't have that either. But it gets to the point where it's not worth to be here anymore. If living here means staying in this place, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it to me anymore. Um, Meanwhile, I know that they're continuing to live it up on the. They've been living it up since really like crazy since yesterday. 'Cause I think when huge on Wall Street and Rockville Center has been full of Rockville Center's like paradise, man. Of course, it would be great to live there, but again, they're never gonna rent to me. This rampant discrimination would be a great place for me to live, but nope, sorry. Instead, you got to be over here. Yeah, it is depressing here at night. It's like no life here at night. It's dead. It's happening there, and you come back here and you go to Old Country Road, and there's like no cars on the road. It's dark. I can't take it anymore. I don't know if you can hear in the video, but that radiator's starting to like make rumbling, banging noises again. It's like it's angry because I don't put the heat on. I don't want to open the valve. It's gonna get to like 85 degrees in here. This is not a way to live anymore, man. I can't take it anymore. So I just can't take it anymore, and I have just reached my in the end of my rope here. All these things dealing with living here, all these things have just become too much for me to bear, and I've reached my limit. So I have to focus on now getting the hell out of here. Unfortunately, Long Island is a place for those people, those privileged, preppy people in their happy-go-lucky world. They've been lucky enough to not have a disability, able to work in finance and live the good life. Um, Lucky them. It's for them. It's all about them here on Long Island. It's not about the middle class anymore. And then the Pine Barrens, of course. I see my Pine Barrens just being devastated by the beetles and overdevelopment. And the pines don't get the respect they need here. And it'd be nice to live somewhere where they do get respect. And in New Jersey and Tom's River, they do. And the big plus about living there is that the Pine Barrens are very close by. Um, and I don't have to go leave at 6 in the morning to go on a nice big hike. I can leave later, and I have all these Pine Barrens and all these beautiful, great shapes all around me. It's going to suck that I'm going to have to deal with JCP&L and losing power more often. We have a much better power grid on Long Island, but again, it's not worth it if it means living here. I mean, I'm just about giving up. I'll pray for a miracle, but at this point, it's time for me to start looking to see what housing options I have in Tom's River, if I can find any there. And if I can't find any there, then I don't know what I'm going to do. But I can't live here anymore. I'm done. I would live in Suffolk County. I would live in Suffolk. I would live in Patchogue. I would live in Ronkonkoma. I'd even consider living in Bayshore, perhaps. But or in well, I love Babylon, but we all know that's a certain demographic. But I'm done here, man. I can't take it no more. I just can't take it no more. This place is very bad for my health, and I have to leave before it kills me. I turn 50 next year. I don't want to be here. So that's all. Just a 20-minute video, I guess. Just about 20 minutes. Again, I'm grateful. I know there are a lot of people who have it a lot worse, but I can't deal with feeling closed in the way I am right now anymore. I can't live this life anymore, you know. Yeah, if I have to move somewhere where there is less transportation, I may have to consider driving. I may have to. I can't handle it on Long Island, but maybe in a more sparsely populated area like Ocean County, maybe I can handle it. Maybe. God, I'm sick just thinking about having dry cramps and nauseous now. That's the other thing happens. I'm trying to sleep too. I always get cramp. I have irritable bowel syndrome. I have neurological problems. I have a disability. People don't understand why I can't work. You know. Well, those are the same people that voted for the fat bastard orange monster. Um, it's too bad that they don't understand that. I'm doing the best I can, just trying to survive. There are a lot of people with mental illness that have decided to end it. I've never thought of that ever because I still have too much to live for. All the things I enjoy doing, love hiking, photography, weather, all that stuff. It's just too important to me to give up on. That's what I live for, and I can keep fighting to live for. But that's why I want to stay healthy and get the hell out of here because this place is just bad for me mentally, and it's bad for me physically. And I do deserve better. I don't care what anyone else says. So pray for a miracle. Maybe, just maybe, I can find another place to live on Long Island. But at this point, I know I can't stay here anymore. If it means that I have to go live in New Jersey to escape this place, then that's what I'm going to have to do. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. If you made it through the whole thing, I'm going to get out and take a long hike tomorrow. And probably a long hike on Monday, too. We have nice cold weather with sunshine, so I'm going to do that. Until next time, until next month, I'll do the next mental health update in April. Thank you for watching.